There we
There
go.
we are.
Hitting the load screen on the top half of the screen. We have blind pick Banditos loading into the game. We have zimike playing as Sona. Talith PA. That's not an AD champ, Talith. Talith PA, known for his AD champs, playing Ahri this time, though. Jjaja as Pantheon. Vaticide playing as Maokai. Aparkhurst playing as Urgot. I'm Gandair. Casting with me is Chobra. Chobra, who do we have on the other team?
The purple team on the bottom of the screen today is Enema. They are now in the finals with Archos on Ezreal, SifuCalvin on, I almost just said Jaximus, which it is, but it's Jax. Lerch on Malphite, Kraogg on Galio, and Chavez on Warwick. I saw Chavez playing the Kog'Maw in the last match, but now it's Archos on Ezreal. Archos was poppy last game, and Chavez on Warwick. Interesting stuff. We'll see what everyone decides to pick up here. Prospectors, blade boots, pretty standard. Pots everywhere. Everybody takes pots. I was actually going to say maybe we'll see an AD, but nope, it's going to be a Prospector's Ring for Ahri. We see two Chalices of Harmony on the blue team here to start with.
I just thought I was Ahri and tried to click to move up to the top and click my spells, and I'm like, wait, I'm not actually playing. But yes, there's two Chalices, which Chalice is good. It turns into an Athene, which is a great item. I don't know how much input Athene had in making that item, but if he had input to make it the way that it got made, it's awesome! That guy deserves a thumbs up. But that's going to definitely help them sustain, especially with the way that Sona likes to, rotate those songs and whatnot, and the way Maokai likes to keep his ult up. I forget what they're called. I've only played Sona once. It was horrible. Really not for me. Not keen on doing it again anytime soon. Her arias and songs and whatnot. And we see a couple of Catalyst openings on Enema's team. We have Malphite opening with one, and we have Gargoyle opening with one. His name is... Damn it.
What's up?
I just totally forgot. Galio, there we go. You left me hanging, man.
I was looking at Stream Chat, and you just went off silent, and I was like, what is going on? Yeah, this is the first game for the best of 3 in the finals for tonight's DominateDominion. We see the action is beginning up here on the windmill, as it often does in these matches. Archos actually gets some good time on the tower. Vaticide taking lots of damage from Archos. Archos will finish him off. SifuCalvin will be the next to go. The Talith PA standing over the wall there, putting out a lot of damage as Ahri just utilizing the basic attacks as it's still early game. Gets the charm onto Archos, but now has 3 people following her. Ahri just running away from the other 3 guys. Sona trying to battle out Archos actually is doing okay so far. Archos now on the other side of the wall with the poke, with the mystic shots. When we see the engagement happening once again, Jjaja is back up here, but I don't know, red team's still being able to hold their ground quite well. No one's had to go back except for Jax, who is now back, but has already taken a ton of damage, being the front line. Jumps right back as Chavez is going to finish that cap, and the first 3 cap will go to Enema.
This is a really good spot for Talith P to engage. You can see getting that quick kill off on Jax right there. Coming in for a very good angle to deploy that nice line effect damage. Sees a Mike with low on health, but trying to boost his teammates' health back up. You can see Vaticide, who was very low earlier, back now up a few hundred hit points from that. Talith P with a lot of health and mana. Almost getting caught there, almost getting creep blocked by the minions a little bit, but being able to skirt just out of way of that damage. Archos is starting to reach the bottom of his mana pool. Don't know how much longer he's going to be able to sustain, but creeps have been pushed up against the tower. Again, a Garrison goes off on that as well, trying to keep it owned, and we got the Twisted Advance goes right over the wall to Chavez Obama. Chavez Obama is going to get taken down. Zimike's really low on health, but Archos doesn't have any mana to really capitalize on it. Zimike is going to hang back just a little bit. Lerch coming around from the back, and it looks like Zimike wisely going to back out of the way there. Gets in range just enough to be able to throw down a little bit of a buff and a little bit of damage there. SifuCalvin, if he didn't land that stun, might take Zimike out. And no, we got the taunt that goes off from Ahri, saves Zimike. SifuCalvin is going to go ahead and back off. And Zimike just doesn't take revive. Woo, that was kind of spooky. But, yeah, he's really good at staying alive in these games. And That's why he tends to run Exhaust Garrison as opposed to Revive anything. Vaticide dropping down the ult there. SifuCalvin getting trapped underneath the tower. Lots of damage getting put off. The Malphite ult comes in, knocks a couple people up into the air, and Jjaja now left to defend and is not able to do so. Sona comes up. Is she going to? Yes, she does. Throw down the Garrison, interrupts that cap, and is going to do her best to delay. She throws down the stun there, defending, and more defending just to delay at this point, going 1v3 up at the top, doing a, what the hell, a lot of damage. Sona almost getting a double kill there against Archos and Lerch. That's scary. Sona not to be trifled with.
Wow, just great stuff coming out from zimike. Microing Sona around the tower, dodges some shots, puts out some good AoE damage, heals herself to sustain, delayed it really more than anyone could have asked for. So good stuff, but the 3 cap eventually does go back into favor of Cheese Enema, and Warwick's going to go ahead and back. Malphite also going to port back, which means free cap for blind pick Banditos. Malphite's actually going to go through. The true shot's going to come through, just going to barely scratch Ahri on her right arm, but she's going to go right back to camping along with Pantheon and Maokai. Well, bot lane responded a little late, but Urgot gets taken out. And Galio, however, is still going to need to sit back and go ahead and cap this while Warwick and Jax rush for the enemy point here in bot lane, the quarry. Jax using Leap Strike to get a little bit closer, a little bit sooner. They're going to get the neutralize. They can't get the cap, though. So now we're sitting at 2-2. The clock has stopped on Nexus health points. And a man drop comes in top lane. Jjaja drops down, but isn't able to capitalize on it. Ever moved out quite fast.
Yep, and now Archos getting chased away from the point there. Lerch just hanging out right nearby, ready to sort of deploy at the moment. There's that sapling, throwing it right over there, getting a little bit of vision. He's checking things out. He just wants someone to play with. Cute little sapling. And zimike, however, getting caught in a bad spot between all the members of the enemy team. Talith PA now on the receiving end of a lot of damage, and now it's a 4v2. Really bad position here. Vaticide taking a lot of hits. Sifu is pretty low on mana, and they're going to go ahead and they're going to break off into 2 separate directions. Now this is a really smart play, because they know that with the majority of the enemy team dead, Pantheons can only respond one direction. So they split up, they go 2 different directions. They're guaranteed to get at least one of those towers, maybe even both of them.
Yeah, we see the 2-shot barrage is going to come through. And Pantheon's just going to get off of there. Doesn't want to take some free damage before someone shows up. Malphite trying to go in with the chase. Gets the seismic shard down, but he's actually taking a lot of damage. Doesn't have much. Actually, doesn't have any armor yet. Has the Merc Treads, and he's just going to kind of check that brush once again. Still going to take a lot of damage as he has no armor. Meanwhile, Ahri's going to go ahead and neutralize that refinery in the top left. Archos getting chased around by Vaticide, but kiting pretty well with those mystic shots.
Yep, and over in the middle of the map, Jjaja is getting chased by a lot of people. Gets taken down. Chavez, Obama, and Lerch doing the majority of the damage there. And it looks like Ahri and Sona now, they're going to find Chavez Obama over here, but Ezreal is right on the other side of those bushes. The sapling does see him and chase him away, so they do get vision of that, and they know to pull back a little bit there. And right now, things on the bottom end of the map, Kraogg really low on hit points, and Urgot going down again. That's the second time that Aparkhurst has been taken out bottom after just narrowly failing to kill Kraogg down there. And Talith PA throwing some damage onto SifuCalvin, but not going to commit to that. It seems going to go ahead and back off there. And right now, blind pick Banditos is a little passive. Maybe they're heading up. They're heading up to the top right now. It's just Archos up at the top of the map. They were waiting for that creep wave, and they have it now. They're going to push up on that. Vaticide's going to go ahead and root Archos over there. Garrison goes drop right onto that tower to help delay it. And now Lerch is trying to stop that, but no, it's not gonna happen, as he's gonna get chased away. That tower is going to get secured there, and Lerch is just getting chased back across the map. Or is Lerch chasing Jjaja, who's getting chased by Vaticide, who was originally chasing Archos? What? It's like leapfrog.
So many chases. Archos actually gets out though, with only 40 health. The seismic shard really helping him get out. Lerch running away. Gets stunned by Pantheon though, but walks right out of the Heartseeker Strike. He's still taking a lot of damage from those spears. Meanwhile, SifuCalvin zoning at Talith PA, but it's kind of alone for now on that side of the fight, and Archos is going to just jump right on top of Pantheon. Burst him down. Ahri's going to go down. SifuCalvin using Counter Strike to avoid the damage, but it is going to get taken down by zimike on Sona with that long range snipe. but Sona will pay for that by getting taken down. And while at 2-2, now it's going to go once again back into favor of Cheese Enema.
And Cheese Enema was able to take the bottom tower while that was all going on. They managed to push up against it and get that secured. Kraogg and Aparkhurst now trading hits over by the Speed Shrine. Both of them very durable champs, so they're just kind of hanging out. Jjaja heading up there now. At the Ezreal ult interrupts Maokai, who is trying to retake the bottom there, and Kraogg speeding himself up trying to get onto that tower, and he is going to make it there, but now it is a 3v3 fight down here as zimike is putting a little bit of damage into this fight. Jjaja and Aparkhurst, and it looks like they are falling back, opting to not fight on that tower. Vaticide coming in from the back there. We got the stun goes down from Sona, and he's going to go ahead and he's going to twist advance into the fight. The ult is down, saving Aparkhurst there with it, and Chavez Obama joins the battle also. Archos low on hit points, but high on maneuverability, can still contribute a lot with his auto attacks to that fight. And they know Chavez Obama is there. They're going to opt to go around on the left side. Chavez is going to go for that relic, but Vaticide is going to interrupt him from doing that. Warwick with the Storm Shield is a very dangerous thing. You do not want to have to deal with it.
Yep, and you know, this is what we saw last week in a best of 3 in the finals. Just all sorts of movement throughout this game, not really just focusing on one style of play. Warwick actually going to get caught a little bit pinched, but then Lerch comes over with the unstoppable force, and then Pantheon jumps in, and just one person from each team jumping into the fight, one at a time. Chavez Obama just able to live on a thread right now. Archos is also very low, so can't get really in range to help out. Chavez Obama will get taken down by Pantheon. Meanwhile, Talith PA, however, taking a ton of damage by SifuCalvin, and Lerch is actually going to return to see if he can help. His help was not needed though. He's at 80 health, just hanging around to see if he can just put down some seismic shards or something. He wants to watch out, and he does go for the seismic shard, but he's going to get taken out by Sona, as a matter of fact. And Jjaja doing work in this fight, takes out Jax, and now it's Mike and Jjaja trying to chase Archos. Archos using that Arcane Shift excellently to make that getaway, but Jjaja, nope, he's going to go back and help cap that
Archos,
tower.
who originally started to recall there, did decide to stay around and delay for a while, and did a good job of assisting in that, and was still able to escape on top of that. He does recall, head over towards the bottom end of the map, just swinging down there to check and see what's going on, or is he grouping up to make a play? And it looks like him and Chavez Obama are heading... Ooh. My power just blinked, but everything's okay. That's weird. I got really scared for a second. Archos and Jjaja? Archos just letting Jjaja go right on past, not revealing himself yet. Sapling on Speed Shrine, that's just mean. Why would you do that? And down at the bottom, Kraogg getting pushed back towards his tower again. Top of the map, Talith PA and zimike trying to zone Sifu away from that, but we got Lerch and Chavez Obama up here, and with Jax around to deal the damage, nope, they're going to go ahead and go a different direction. At the bottom, there's an engagement going on, however. Kraogg, with the position reversal there, going to throw Jjaja a different direction. Yep, and Kraogg on the receiving end of that. Kraogg does get taken out. Aparkhurst goes down then, and Sifu is able to secure the defense against that. Vaticide being chased away. Chavez Obama opting to go around the back and not going to get that. He's going to get denied the neutral on that tower there, and he's going to take a swing out of Vaticide. That is a kill steal there, Mr. Chavez Obama. Dropping a Garrison on that. Defensive Garrison goes down from zimike as he chases Chavez away. That's what happens when you kill steal. You don't get towers, Chavez. Tisk tisk.
Meanwhile, here at the refinery, Lerch has appeared, but Jjaja following through right after. And Lerch going to get slowed. Excellent use of the passive from zimike. The power cord depends on what R you have last activated. And Lerch going to get constantly slowed by zimike. Zimike just spamming heals and slows. They're going to get the slow once again, but they're going to break off on that. Meanwhile, Ahri gets taken out by Archos and SifuCalvin. They're going to try to take this drill back. They're at 4-1 cap right now. Lerch eventually going to get taken down. Oh no, lives with the health relic, but then gets taken down by the offensive power cord coming out from zimike. And now Chavez in a bad spot, gets pinched by Maokai, immediately getting melted. He will not be able to get out alive despite the unstoppable force, and now Lerch is in between the enemies. Jax comes in with the counter-strike, though the ultimate from Maokai has ended, so it's on a short cooldown. They can try to fight it out right now. Jjaja running pretty low, gonna get taken out. Archos being able to sit from the back and put out some damage. Vaticide now realizes that he's right there, but he's gonna Arcane Shift right on over that tree and focus down zimike. They're gonna get the shutdown. Vaticide deciding he's going to split up the team, going to try to just distract them into the drill. It's actually going to bring in Archos too, as they want to get this kill, which only leaves Chavez and Lerch up top, but it's only Talith PA so far to contest that, so they should be able to get the neutralized. Meanwhile, SifuCalvin gets that kill quite easily, and now Chavez and Ezreal going for the chase. Nope, they are going to back off and help get/defend this top point and see where they're going to go on from there. SifuCalvin now showing up once again. Bot lane wants to help out Galio. Aparkhurst putting a ton of hurt just with those Acid Hunters, but the ultimate from Galio comes down, and then the counter strike. Look at that burst damage from both of those champions. I don't even know where Urgot went, but he
I feel like every time I look at the bottom lane, Aparkhurst dies, and I feel kind of bad. I should probably stop looking down there. Zimike going to get caught and going to get suppressed and get taken out there. Jjaja trying to stop that from happening, but not able to do so. Vaticide coming down towards the bottom now, trying to contribute to this fight a little bit. But, you know, Leap Strike and Twisted Advance catching each other, meeting in the middle just a little bit there. Garrison goes off on that. Talith PA comes down here, throwing out some damage and some taunt on SifuCalvin, really keeping up with him, trying to get him down, and Ahri is able to do so. Archos low on health, getting chased after by Vaticide. Chavez Obama going to go ahead and super ballsy mode recall right there, trying to heal up a little bit, maybe get back into the fight before Aparkhurst and Talith make a move on this tower. Kraogg having to defend right there. And how is this going to go? We got Chavez Obama, who just comes back out into the fight right now. Kraogg very low on hit points. Talith and Aparkhurst both have some range and some damage, and they're just going to go ahead and they're going to let it be.
Yep, meanwhile Archos was able to just finish that grand chase and not get caught all the way from the quarry to the windmill, being chased by Maokai, gets pinched by Sona, no problem. Arcane Shift over the wall, gets stunned at his own tower. Look at that burst damage, Unstoppable Force comes out, but he is ignited. The Ignite's going to finish him off, and as a matter of fact, there's also a shutdown on Warwick, but now it's SifuCalvin and Lerch just sitting pretty healthy against Vaticide and Zimike, so I think they're going to be okay for the time being in top. Meanwhile, on bottom, the fight continues. Talith PA this time taking a ton of damage, needs to get out of the tower leash, gets the charm and dodges the True Shot Barrage, but Ezreal, gets that snipe with the Mystic Shot, doesn't even need to Arcane Shift, and now can continue chasing a Aparkhurst, no worries, is going to Arcane Shift in, get that attack speed buff, and gets a double kill. Galio going straight for the tower, but it's going to be met by Talith PA and Jjaja.
Top end of the map, Zimike and Vaticide looking for a good spot to engage against Sifu and Lerch. Been a lot of back and forth, a lot of bit of a delaying, waiting game going on up there. And SifuCalvin making a jump in, trying to make a play for Zimike right there, but Vaticide gets off the root and gets in between them. Jjaja comes up to the top now and starting to throw some damage around. Chavez Obama joins the fight. Lerch very low on hit points at the moment. SifuCalvin wants to finish off Jjaja, but is not as able to do so as Jjaja retreats. He instead is going to put some damage on Zimike. Not really able to secure any kills so far, low on hit points. He's going to go ahead, he's going to back off for a little bit, probably waiting for his cooldowns to refresh before coming back into the fight, and that's exactly what happens. He throws down that counterattack again, jumps back in, gets a stun off on Jjaja, but is going to get taken down, and now Chavez Obama 1v3, even with the tower. I don't think he's going to be able to do this, as Vaticide clicks on the tower to stop it from firing, and Chavez Obama is chased away.
Yep, he's going to get out just fine. Meanwhile, Archos gets the vision on Ahri because of Warwick, and then is able to land that True Shot Barrage. Ahri may have had time to deny it or juke it out, as Archos doesn't have direct vision. I'm just going to assume that Warwick kind of let him know because it was so accurate, as Warwick gets the vision. But if not, it was an excellent guess. It hit, but of course the damage wasn't there to finish him off. And now the bot lane going back to just kind of a standard 1v1. Pantheon showing up for the Storm Shield. Chavez Obama can he stop it? He does stop it, but Zimike is there, and now Jax jumps in with Archos. They're gonna get the upper hand in this fight. Exhausted Jjaja can't do anything. He was infinite just anyway. Now they're chasing off Zimike. Talith PA is here. However, Urgot comes up from bot lane, immediately exhausted, tries to ult Ezreal, and now Ezreal's exhausted and stunned under the crescendo. Archos needs to watch out, gonna get taken down by Ahri, but in the meanwhile takes down Urgot as he dies himself. Maokai with an excellent ultimate, good positioning in the center of that whole intersection, denying a lot of damage. Zimike staying alive against this Jax, and now somewhat against these three. Really good survivability, and there is the man drop from Jjaja, but immediately comes out the ultimate from Galio. They're going to now turn to Jjaja. Jax gets taken out actually by Pantheon. I thought it was going to be the Aura Deception. Heartseeker Strike gets the triple kill. They're going to continue chasing Kraogg, gets a 4v1 chase, and Pantheon, brilliant idea, splits off and is now going to go somewhere else. Blind Pick Banditos has 3 caps to 1. They're slowly ticking back away at the enemy's Nexus health. This game is so close, and it's just going back and forth. Talith PA shows up for extra assistance. The tower is neutralized, so they don't have to worry about that. They're going to pick up that kill, no problem, with the double Kraogg control. They're going to be able to get it for a potential 4-cap here if they can finish it before Warwick shows up with Malphite. Pantheon going to try to sacrifice himself with the stun, but the Infinite Dress actually still goes on to Talith PA. They know they can finish out Jjaja afterwards, and that's exactly what happens.
Throwing a little bit into that fight, trying to help delay it a little bit longer, but wisely is going to back on out of there. You got the Hextech Sweeper and the Sapling Toss, both players really wanting vision of that bush. They love whatever's in there. They like looking at it. It's very pretty bushes. Down at the bottom end of the map, Aparkhurst is looking like he's going to get wailed on again as another counterattack Leap Strike combo comes in to take him out, and every time I look at the bottom lane, Aparkhurst dies. I should stop looking at the bottom lane. I'm sorry, dude. Archos and zimike. Zimike probably chasing Archos away from that relic. At least that's the vibe I got. Didn't quite see that on the camera. Talith PA catching Chavez Obama with a taunt. Zimike just blazing right on through, determined to deploy that stun and lands it. But is it going to be enough? Talith PA fighting Archos, not contributing damage to the fight down there at the bottom. Sona delaying for as long as she could. Maokai cutting around towards the drill. He's got a neutral off. He's going to get the cap off on that before anyone can get there. Parker's coming down to the bottom now. He's got the position reversal that goes off, and he's keeping that point neutral. Ezreal and Warwick heading up and splitting off two different directions, and just like I said before, if you split off two different ways, and there's only one person on the map, they can only stop one of those caps. You got the Isle of Duran goes down, and Aparkhurst is going to die again, unfortunately, getting taken out there. Talith PA and Jjaja come back, and now they have to fight Kraogg for this point. It looks like Sona was able to stop Warwick, and Vaticide was able to stop the windmill cap. And if they can get this bottom point back, which it looks like they're going to, except Warwick is heading down towards the bottom right now, and he's got the suppress that goes down, but while he's suppressing one person, he's not interrupting the cap, and the cap does get neutralized. Taunt goes off on Chavez Obama. Jjaja is able to escape, and now Aparkhurst and Talith PA just have to finish off Chavez, and it looks like they are going to be able to do so. No, Archos comes around with the Storm Shield. Oh, misses the True Shot barrage, unfortunately. Talith PA does not want any of that, retreats back onto the tower, and is like, oh no, that's terrible, I don't want to mess with it. Parkhurst on full hit points hanging out over there. Zimike and Jjaja, and finally grouping back up. This game recovering some semblance of calm for the moment.
Everyone just taking some time to group up in brushes. Both teams wanting to just know what they want to do about this situation. I mean, Cheese Enema is coming up from behind. The enemy team has a 3-cap, but then Unstoppable Force comes in, and then the counter-strike. Archos smartly kiting a little bit backwards before finishing off Talith PA. Now he knows he's comfortable. Jjaja is exhausted. He goes right in. Urgot is coming up from behind, but Lerch is going to zone him away. However, Zimike doing quite a bit of damage to everyone while waiting for his teammates. So Urgot just gets melted. Now it's a 5v3 fight here. And Cheese Enema just going to back off. They want to run to the windmill. They've chased away the enemy team. No one's bot lane, but they're all next to their base. They know windmill is completely open. And Lerch is going to cut off. Vaticide gets the slow with Seismic Shard, and Chavez Obama is going to come up, but the man drop is going to drop right. No, it's not going to drop on SifuCalvin as he turns around to kill Vaticide. SifuCalvin going to live for a little bit longer, but Sona is going to come in with extra damage. Maokai going to get that kill. The True Shot barrage skims a couple people, but Archos is now the focus. Lerch surviving a little bit. Archos gets taken out next. Jjaja with that passive crit coming out from the Heartseeker Strike picks up a triple kill, and their team will be able to maintain a 3-cap as soon as the quarry goes down in the bottom left. Minions neutralizing the drill, as a matter of fact. So now it's 3-1 in favor of Banditos. All they have to do is
apply some pressure to Cheese Enema, keep them back on their towers, don't give them any room to push out, and they can seal this. They can seal this deal. They can sign right on the dotted line and win this first game. However, Zimike getting caught with a lot of damage there. Nope, drops the stun, goes ahead and walks right on back over to the tower. He's probably going to heal up in short order here. They know Archos is up behind there. They're just looking for it. Yep, Hextech Sweeper reveals that. He Arcane shifts right out of the way of the taunt there and making a move. Vaticide wisely hanging out over there, knowing that they might try and do that. He is there to interrupt that cap and keep them away from it. Jjaja and Zimike and Vaticide making an awesome team over here, chasing SifuCalvin and Chavez Obama away. And Jax's ult has run out now, so he is a little bit less durable than he was just a few seconds earlier. And Pantheon closing in is able to land that stun, and he's going to get taken down. Lerch over here by the drill, and Warwick cutting around in the back. Chavez Obama going for the quarry, trying to get a neutral off on it, and I don't know if he's going to be able to do it in time. It's going to be really narrow if he is able to. Yes! Stops the clock at 2 points left.
Wow. And they're still going on with the fight next to the drill. Lots of people running low. Maokai eventually gets taken down. SifuCalvin's going to try to continue chasing Jjaja with that counter strike. The stun lands. The heal comes out for Sona, but they're going to be able to continue that. Lerch is going to just chase away zimike. However, bottom right gets neutralized by a Aparkhurst. But Aparkhurst is running low. Also is out of mana. Kraogg can just kind of fight on his own time. Lerch now shows up. Chavez Obama is here, and now the focus is back at the top. It gets neutralized. It's a 2-to-1 cap advantage for Cheese and Enema. Are they going to make another ridiculous comeback, as it sounds like they may have done against Points Best? 9-0 was the ending score of that game. Right now it's 64-2. Vaticide is going to go down, and they're going to get the cap with the minions at the top. Cheese and Enema has a 3 cap with only 2 points left on their Nexus. There's 3 people bot, 1 person top, and Jax is just going to kind of roam around, sitting at half health, wants that Storm Shield for the next fight. The next fight pretty much will determine the game, as whoever comes out on top should be able to take at least 1 tower. And that's really going to determine for either team at this point in this match.
Paper thin, or dare I say, Gouda cheese slice thin for Cheese Enema right now, as zimike and Jjaja try and make a play up towards the top end of the map. However, Cheese Enema is going to cut in directly in between them, keep them from being able to group up together for a moment. And, uh-oh, if they get caught out of position like this, it could be really bad for them. And there we go, Malphite goes in, he ults into the fight. True Shot Barrage, no, that is going to go off. Sona is going to land the stun. Archos with a little bit of hit points, but a lot of mana. He's going to get taken out by Ahri right there. And Jjaja now low on health, and he's going to get taken out. Sona, it looks like, is going to be the next target for the focused here. And Archos now right back in the fight. Taunt goes off and is going to save zimike there. Vaticide, however, is still left behind, and it looks like he is going to cut around and get out of the way there, trying to do some work on those creeps, keep them pushed away there, and the clock is ticking. This point has to get taken.
Oh man, just a neutralize is really going to help reset it. We're going to see the Mandar coming in. Can they get the neutralize after in time though? All Cheese Enema has to do is delay this fight. They just have to stay alive. 10 points left on Blind Pig's Nexus. They're going to continue playing. The counter strike goes in, but the tower has begun getting neutralized. It gets neutralized. It's 2-2, 7-2 Nexus points. Talith PA does not go down. Talith PA is alive. Will they get this cap? Aparkhurst is going to work on the bottom, so even if Chavez Obama gets the quarry, it will be in favor of Blind Pig Banditos. What a finish, dude. And that was only the first game. That was game
man,
one
Blind Pig Banditos takes game 1. Cheese Enema is definitely here to play today.